Of all tastes, bitter is certainly one of those to which our palate should be more educated. In fact, in nature, a bitter plant is in many cases poisonous. This is a piece of information imprinted in our genes that has nonetheless not prevented us from developing an adult appreciation for this taste, which represents one of the bases of our popular cuisine, especially due to the use of wild herbs or roots strongly characterized by it. Among the products that are most characterized by bitter notes, a place of honor goes to radicchio. This winter vegetable, widespread especially in northern Italy, is able to reach decidedly intense levels of bitterness that are toned down with the use of acidic condiments, first and foremost, wine vinegar. In Friuli, Venezia, Giulia, and in particular in the urban gardens of the city of Gorizia, a type of radicchio has been grown for centuries which, in addition to being very good, is also very beautiful and which, due to its color, an intense scarlet red, and its shape, reminiscent of a slightly open bud, is called the Rose of Gorizia. Although known and appreciated for centuries, the Gorizia rose has risked disappearing mainly due to the lack of land intended for its cultivation. After the Second World War, in fact, the city was divided in two between Italy and Slovenia, and most of the land, once used for agriculture, was reused for other purposes, reducing the portion of land destined for this vegetable, which was once so significant for local agriculture, to just over 2 hectares. The method with which the Rose of Gorizia was cultivated is certainly interesting. The seeds of this lettuce, in fact, carefully selected over the years to enhance its appearance and resistance to cold, were spread during the spring on the same land on which cereals such as oats were grown. This was a way of making production areas from which little income could be derived particularly profitable. The development and intercropping with cereal was particularly important for radicchio for 2 reasons in particular. The tall oats were useful in protecting the small radicchio plant from the sunlight that would otherwise have burned it. The cereal was also able to compete with unwanted weeds by limiting their development and thus favoring the growth of the rose. After cutting the cereal, the radicchio would take full possession of the field. In October, it reaches its ideal size, and the leaves, before an intense green color, then turn their characteristic red. It is in this phase that the heart of the radicchio also forms, its most internal and tender part, and the one that is actually consumed. The harvest takes place in November when temperatures become more rigid. The outermost leaves that have protected the rose from the cold are now eliminated, and only the crunchy and tasty internal part is destined for consumption. The most traditional way to consume a radicchio is in a simple salad called lidric culi fricis. After cleaning the radicchio, put it in a bowl and season it with salt, extra virgin olive oil, and red wine vinegar. In the meantime, roughly chopped lard is sizzled in an iron or nonstick pan, which, once crunchy, is added to the salad.